The semifinal ready to go at Iowa. Tommy Reynolds on the pole. First race this season. Race 5 of 6 at Iowa. The green flag is out, and we're racing 101 laps on offer tonight. Tommy Reynolds has pulled away with the lead. 17:45, quickest so far on the clock. Carmen Sienna on the outside, and it's Noah Belleville rolling along in the Target Chip Ganassi machine out of turn 4, and Brandon Fetterplace on the outside with Nick Pressey behind him, and then the Hooters machine. Ryan Pennell in the 1-2, he's got Ryan Lindham in behind him, and one car already has gone around. It's Briley Wright in the number 3. He's got no rear wing. He's got a lot of work to do to get back on the pace, back with the rest of his rivals on the track. And I want to see what happened to the number 3. Was there contact? Who's that to his inside? That chrome machine. Looks like Jimmy. Is that Jimmy Kerr the third? That is Jimmy Kerr the third in the Texaco machine. Let's see what happens one more time. No, that's Colin McDonough. Let's get one more look here with Briley Wright. And Briley Wright still in the pits there. And cautions out here. Again, Tommy Withers has gone around in the number 6. Getting confused over here. And look at that. It's Jimmy Kerr. It's Tommy Withers who's going to go tumbling down the back straight. And Kerr again. All right, we got a minute to catch our breath. Let's go back and see what's up here. So this is Briley Wright, who's already gone around. And with no rear wing, it's just impossible for him to move. Check this out again. And let's slow this down, see if we can get a different sort of angle here. Oh, that's incredible netcode. That's wild. One more time here. Let's see if we can get just a closer angle, but that is... Oh, and I clicked the wrong button because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try this again. I'm going to slow this one down and see if we can find this from Briley's left rear camera here. See if there's find any sort of contact. By this point, he's already gone around. We got to back this up here. All right, let's try this again. We'll go to the chopper here, see if we can just... Oh, there's a mile of netcode between them. There's a mile of netcode between them. Watch this. Kerr in the 7.5 just comes up. And there is so much daylight between them. Briley Wright goes around. This is going to happen on lap 6. 3 laps later to Jimmy Kerr. Watch this. Does he just get loose out of the corner? Oh, he does. That car goes around. Nowhere for Withers to go. On board with JK3. Gets nailed by Tommy Withers. Let's go on board with the 6. Oh, this is already way too late. Nowhere for the 6 car to go, so he's going to do pirouettes down the back straight. And we lasted all of 6 laps. So if you've just tuned in, our first caution of the night. Tommy Withers and Jimmy Kerr making heavy contact out of turn number 2. Tommy Reynolds is leading this race. Carmen Sienna, the Barber winner, is in that second position. Brandon Fetterplace is in third. Here are the points coming into this one. It's 1 point per position, starting with 10 points at the top, and a bonus point for pole that went to Tommy Reynolds when he started this race. There's lots of Tommies in this race. I'm going to try and keep them all straight. See, Tommy Withers is 5th in points. He's got a lot of work to do after using one of those fast repairs that comes with our sim racers. Carmen Sienna, 6 points behind Noah Belleville, who currently finds himself in 4th. The Pride of DeSoto, Missouri, the Thursday Night Thunder champion, runs in that 4th position. Lights are off atop the pace car, and we're going to go racing again. And if you just tuned in, these are the Indy cars at Iowa. This is WinterIndy Season 2, our 2nd season in 4 years. What, we started when we were on Xbox on Forza Motorsport. My God. Anybody who knows, correct me. What year was that? Was that Forza Motorsport? It was on the 360. No, it wasn't on the 360. It was on the... Was it on the Xbox One X that we were racing this? We decided, hey, what the hell? Let's do Indy cars in the fall and race them on Forza because NASCAR's heat is garbage. So we did it, and we made a competition out of it. We've been on iRacing for 4 years now, and we said, let's go again. So the green flag's going to come out in this 2nd season. Tommy Reynolds is going to start snaking through that first corner at Iowa. Sienna 6/10 behind already. Fetter place in 3rd, and they start to bunch up behind them. Ryan Lindemann in the Arrow McLaren liveried 51. Thomas Andrews, the Season 4 Thursday Night Thunder champion, and the Mach 5 on his outside. Nick Pressey in the 94, who's got the 84 of Bren Roberts lined up in 8th. Ryan Pinnell in 9th. Back to the 75 of Jimmy Kerr, the Chrome Texaco machine. Rolling behind Colin McDonough. Brandon Fetterplace, 1726. He goes purple. And while there is less chaos up here, they're all starting to bunch up from 6th on back. Let's go on board with Pinnell. The Hooters machine, an Iowa native. He grew up amongst all this corn. He has come back to his iRacing home track and now racing behind Brooklyn's Nick Pressey and another. Well, not a newcomer, no, because I think last week at Road America was Colin's first WinterIndy race. Here he comes for his 2nd one, the New Jersey native on the outside of the Iowa man out of turn number 4. They're dueling for 9th. At the front, Carmen Sienna with mirrors full of Brandon Fetterplace down the back stretch and into turn 3 with Tommy Reynolds looking out of his mirrors. Let's go on board with the Iowa pilot. Fetterplace sneaks into 2nd. Textbook pass into the 3rd corner, and the 34 now has a great look out of 4, but he slides. Here comes the 96. Carmen Sienna high out of 2. You see she goes way too high, way too fast. She's got to hit on the brakes a little bit and just give that room to Brandon Fetterplace. Out of turn 4, it goes 7, 34, 96. Running 1, 2, 3. Noah Belleville, a 2nd behind them all. Ryan Lindemann, 7/10 the gap, and then it goes 1 second back to Bren Roberts, 1.7 seconds back to Thomas Andrews. Colin McDonough, a 3rd and plus behind that 1 second. Nick Pressey on his outside. Ryan Pinnell behind the both of them. Tommy Withers and Jimmy Kerr back at it. Let's have a brief flashback to what happened between them on lap number 6. The 11 gets loose. I say the 11. I have no idea what number's on that car. I don't think it matters. 7-5 as he is on your score sheet. He runs 11th, and sanity prevails among the race car drivers. They now go single file from 8th down to 12th. Colin McDonough in that 39. Starting to pull away. Ryan Lindemann, the Tampa driver, a quarter of a second ahead of Bren Roberts. These two getting just a little bit closer. And there's the car numbers on your score sheet as you expect them to run. Bren Roberts. Oh, the 84, the Coca-Cola machine now gets around the Arrow McLaren. And Lindemann gives up that top 5 position. And drivers expected to go about 65 laps on one tank of fuel. Will the tires go that far? That's what I want to know. They get 4 changes of tires, so 5 sets total. If this goes to a couple green, white checker finishes, you might see some guys trying to just dip into the pits, maybe try to get that last minute grip on the racetrack. That'd be something to see. 29 laps underway of the scheduled 101. At the front, Illinois' Tommy Reynolds, just outside of Chicago. Brandon Fetterplace behind him, and now starting that chase down over the last 5 laps. It's been getting closer. Fetterplace needs to stay off that apron. Drivers were warned in practice to take care of their cars, and I did a little bit, as much racing as I don't do, I did a little bit of testing myself, and as it turns out, that pit road is very hard to get onto, and the apron coming onto pit road is what's most dangerous. Fetterplace, quickest for 3 out of the last 5 laps, and he begins the chase down once again. 7/10 is the gap between first and second. Noah Belleville now getting closer to Bren Roberts, and there is the gap back to the leader. There's the interval between them all. All those yellow and orange numbers on your screen, those are the close battles on the racetrack. These guys are going to give it everything before this pit stop. We'll see just how far they make it on gas. Belleville and Lindemann now side by side. The Tampa driver going to the inside. Seven-tenths the gap now, and Nick Pressey trying to get to the inside of Thomas Andrews. They're 2/10 apart, 38 laps into this race. That 94 just trying to find some sort of ground on car number 2. Pressey goes to the inside, but will he pull that off? Thomas Andrews just holds off car 94. For a minute, I thought Nick Pressey was going to come up and make contact with Thomas Andrews. That was something special. Oh, this racing is so close. It's a blast to watch. There's your overall standings. Noah Belleville now has made this twosome a threesome. Everyone trying to make their way to the front and trying not to get rear-ended by each other or rear-end somebody else all the way to victory lane. 41 of Nick Pressey on the inside. Thomas Andrews following suit. Noah Belleville not having a great time on the bottom line. Colin McDonough now going to invade his space. Maybe he's going to try the high side himself. Belleville trapped on the bottom. So Noah Belleville now trying to make that time back up. Thomas Andrews, a quarter of a second between Nick Pressey and Colin McDonough. Carmen Sienna now has another papaya machine behind her. The 51 of Ryan Lindemann trying to catch up to the Ohio Pilot and the Floridian in a similar liveried vehicle. Closes within 3/10. Meanwhile, Colin McDonough on the left-hand side of Thomas Andrews. That's for 7th place. And they continue to go round and round. There's just something so much fun about seeing these Indy cars come together, because it's not like NASCAR, where if these cars come together, they can handle a hit or two. These are incredibly fragile machines. But obviously at the speed that the many iRacing miles an hour that they travel, relatively speaking, it's fun to check these things out. Everybody else relatively spread out for the most part. I say relatively, it's only a half second. Now 4/10 between Carmen Sienna and Ryan Lindemann. Thomas Andrews following Colin McDonough out of the second corner. And how about the race for the lead? It's been this man up front all night long. And over the last 5 laps, Brandon Fetterplace slowly inching closer to Tommy Reynolds. The Ruoff Mortgage number 7, 0.8 of a second ahead of the second place Rebellion machine. Is he going to be quicker for 4 laps in a row? Lap 48 complete. Brandon Fetterplace quicker than Tommy Reynolds. I don't know if he's putting his foot down or Reynolds is possibly just starting to dial it back. How about 2 people that aren't? Nick Pressey, Carmen Sienna. These two will discuss the 4th position, and they decide that Nick Pressey is better suited for that at this time. Meanwhile, New Jersey versus Florida for the 6th position. Ryan Lindemann just trying to hold on. He's been sliding back after Sienna got around him. And Colin McDonough is now going to slide to the left-hand side of car number 51. Let's go on board with Lindo. Oh, they almost made contact. Let's not go on board with Lindo. Let's make sure Colin McDonough doesn't crash. Is that Sienna into the pits? That indeed is Carmen Sienna into the pits, and she's missed it. She's missed the pit entrance. Oh, that could cost her. That seriously could cost Carmen Sienna. I don't know if they have a commitment cone in IndyCar rules, so we'll find out here. But the Ohio Pilot, well, she's into the pits, and regardless, the attack is gone. She's lost that time. Lindo is also into the pits as well. Tommy Reynolds continues to lead, and Brandon Fetterplace has closed to within a half second of the race leader. And the man from Cedar Rapids just ahead of Brandon Fetterplace. That's not for position. Ryan Pinnell is in the 7th position, and he does happen to be that first car 1 lap down. Now, we do have the lucky dog, so if the caution does come out, Ryan will get his lap back. But, of course, we're in the middle of a green flag pit cycle. Anything could happen. The race leader, Tommy Reynolds, could come in, perhaps. Brandon Fetterplace, new leader in car 38. He is coming into the pits. Hopefully he doesn't speed. Bren Roberts also on the way in. The number 84 Coca-Cola machine almost loses it. That's going to put Brooklyn's Nick Pressey into the lead, and Speed Racer now on top of the field. Colin McDonough in that second position. And how about New Jersey's Thomas Andrews? He sits in third. Ryan Pennell in the fourth position. Tommy Reynolds back out on the racetrack, and that's who's directly beside him. He's got speed, he's got grip, he's trying to get around Ryan Lindemann, waiting for these green flag pit cycles to wind through. Last time around, Tommy Reynolds, 1773. Nick Pressey, 1784. So Pressey, despite being out there for 60 laps, he puts in a 1783 last time around. Tommy Reynolds, when he comes across the clock, 1731. So Reynolds about half a second quicker than Nick Pressey, who's out on track right now. But how long is he going to stay out there? Oh, he goes extremely wide out of the corner. I don't know if he's gambling on just short pitting this and making up the positions. Even Thomas Andrews, who has a reputation for coming in as late as possible, has now decided to come on into the pits. He's going to get his tires, his fuel, everything else he needs. And Nick Pressey will remain out on the racetrack. Both he and Colin McDonough have not yet come into the pits. Tommy Reynolds, quickest so far. He runs in fourth right now. Ryan Pennell pitted on lap number 9 during that first caution. So if he goes, 55 laps from that pit stop, you should be pitting right around now. Colin McDonough has decided he's going to come in. So that's going to put Cedar Rapids native Ryan Pennell at his home track into that second position. Nick Pressey continues to lead 65 laps into this race. So we're into the final 40 at Iowa. It's been a blitz. It's just flown by, and Pressey's in. Nick Pressey's in. He's attacking pit road with huge speed. Ryan Pennell now waits to come around. Will the Cedar Rapids driver come down into the pits? He will not. So Ryan Pennell, did he lead that lap? It might be. There's no bonus points for leading, but I mean, hey, you want to say you led a race, right? He's leading right now. I'll give it to him. He led that lap. Tommy Reynolds is still 10 seconds behind him, but at the speed that Reynolds is moving. Last time around, he was 9/10 quicker than Ryan Pennell, so Reynolds is getting a move on. Thomas Andrews just went green, 1757. Nine seconds now, the difference between them. Reynolds and Pennell in the lead in turn number 1, and then 9 seconds behind him, which, you know, if you watch a lot of racing with sparse finishes, doesn't sound like a lot, but that's almost half a racetrack, considering they're doing 17, 18-second lap times. Tommy Reynolds moving at a super fast pace. Nick Pressey out of the pits. He pitted on lap 65. He re-enters in 5th. 69 laps now complete with Ryan Pennell leading. Tommy Reynolds 7 seconds behind him. Nick Pressey 22 seconds behind them, meaning he's a lap down. There's the interval. He's 8 seconds behind 4th. 4 cars on the lead lap. And there's one in the grass. Is it Tommy? It is Thomas Andrews, and there's one of our New Jersey pilots who decided that he's going to go for a little bit of a lawn mowing experience, if you will. This is on lap 66. Let's see what happened to him. Just got loose. You saw him break loose in turn number 3. You saw him break loose. Watch this. Has he done it again? He's done it again. And he's just going to jump to the pits here, and he's decided he's had enough. This is on lap 68. And I think Thomas Andrews, yeah, I think he's decided that that's going to be enough driving for tonight. So Tommy Reynolds in that number 7 car. He's back to the lead, but Brandon Fetterplace is 2 seconds behind him. And there's going to be 26 laps to go next time by. Bren Roberts in the 84. He runs in 3rd right now. What a run by him. It's his first appearance in WinterIndy. This is the semifinal. Next Tuesday is going to be the final race at Auto Club Speedway, and then Thursday Night Thunder will say goodbye to its 9th season of competition 2 nights from now. Thursday, December 12, 8:40, right here, Rick James TV. We're going to pull the curtain and, well, not pull it up, are we? We're going to drop the curtain, aren't we? We're dropping the curtain on TNT. Championship has been decided. The rest of the field has not been decided, but the championship has been decided, and it's this guy right here, Missouri's Noah Belleville, who is your Thursday Night Thunder champion and winning all of the races, I think, in this livery. Trying to win his 2nd race in 5 attempts. He is leading the points right now by 6 markers over Carmen Sienna, who is right there ahead of him. So Carmen would gain 1 point headed into the final race at Auto Club next week. And of course, it's 1 point per position. So she needs all the spots she can get. Quickly approaching the final 30 laps. 4/10 the difference between Noah Belleville and Carmen Sienna, with Tommy Reynolds trying to put him a lap down. That would leave 5 cars on the lead lap, I believe. Been a quick race thus far, but the fireworks, I'm expecting the fireworks to really start flying any minute now. Once we get to those final 20 laps, already Noah Belleville getting extremely close to the rear end of the race leader. Half a second is what remains for 5th. Brandon Fetterplace also within 6/10 to the race lead. He's going to cut right ahead of Noah Belleville, and they're really starting to cut it close. Belleville creeping up to Sienna. 3/10 the gap now. He can reach out and just touch that rear wing. Ryan Pinnell, he wants to play too. The Hooters machine. He wants to put on a show for the local iRacing fans. 3/10 now the gap. Will Pinnell play spoiler? And of course, the caution just happening to loom over. If that yellow comes out, you better believe everybody comes down pit road. Fresh tires and more than enough fuel to go the distance. Sienna in the 96, hoping that Pinnell and Belleville make contact. There's a lot of orange cars in tonight's race. Have you noticed that? Pinnell in the 12, Sienna in the 96. 12 car to the left-hand side. Belleville now goes to the inside using the toe from the 12 and the 96. Just ahead of the TNT champion. Belleville just can't get there. She stays high. He goes low. Will they make it work out of 2? Belleville to the inside, and they drag race into 3. Oh, there's contact. There was definitely contact. Sienna's in the wall. Contact between the two of them with 11 laps to go. Contact between Sienna, between Belleville. She's in the wall. We stay green. Belleville blinks. Sienna behind him. Colin McDonough in the 39 to the left-hand side of Belleville in the 41. Sienna's championship could be done if a late race caution does not come out. She hits the wall again. Noah Belleville in the 41 on the outside of Colin McDonough. Sparks fly from under car 41. Tommy Reynolds, 6/10 of a gap. 6/10 of a second, the gap between him and Brandon Fetterplace. And I hope Fetterplace plans on making this interesting. McDonough now goes to the inside of Belleville. Belleville continuing to throw up sparks while everybody else is not. Hopefully nothing's wrong with that 41 car. But again, there was contact between him and Sienna, who's now in the pits. Her race effectively over. Bren Roberts, 6 seconds adrift of the top 2 and on an island, as Nick Pressey is 6 seconds adrift of him. Tommy Reynolds starting to pull away from Brandon Fetterplace. Here comes McDonough again. Will there be fireworks? Will there be a crash and a late race caution? He's trying. McDonough to the inside, trying to challenge the TNT champion. Belleville on the outside. And they're going to keep on going round. 5 more laps remain. Two-tenths the gap, and now the lead gets close. Fetterplace is there. And did he hit the wall? Huge sparks coming out of the 34 car. Looked like he had some damage on that right front fender. He's got some sort of scratch. Hopefully he's going to make it. And now the race for the win. 3 more laps at Iowa. Reynolds versus Fetterplace in the semi-final. And it's fewer than 2/10 between them. Fetterplace just goes high. He's got one more chance. He lost the nerve. He lost that run. Out of that 4th corner, it is 2 laps to go, 1.5 miles by the time they leave turn number 2. What does Brandon have left? White flag in the air. Fetterplace on that left-hand side. He goes all the way to the bottom. Reynolds defends. Great run out of turn number 2 and into 3 they go. The man from Illinois is going to get it done. His first appearance in WinterIndy. He hits the wall out of 4 and he's going to survive as Brandon Fetterplace just can't get there. He'll come home in 2nd. And the Illinois native comes home with a win in the semifinal. Almost didn't make it at the very end, and it's Tommy Reynolds who wins at Iowa. He's going to come down, maybe do a little bit of a smoke show here. Let's take a look at that last lap. Tommy Reynolds gave it everything. Is he at a... I don't suppose he's out of gas. Let's see if he can burn her down. Or maybe he's, I don't know. All right, let's check out that last lap. Fetterplace is right there. You know he's got one more chance here. Oh, he just barely survived. That he just barely survived. 2/100ths of a second, the gap between them. So Tommy Reynolds is just going to keep it parked there on the front straight. We're going to go ahead and gather our top three, and we'll put this one to bed. Don't go anywhere. On the podium now with our top three, and let's start with Bren Roberts, who started this race, started his first WinterIndy race at Iowa in the IndyCar, and ended up coming home with a bronze medal. Bren, did you think that was even possible?
No, not really. I showed up. I was just gonna have some fun, stay out of everybody's way. I know everybody's had a hard fought season so far, so just want to come out, run some laps with a lot of people that I enjoy racing with. Had a good time. I had a rough start just because I wasn't comfortable, and yeah, made my way back up there, and had a good time racing with everybody. Brandon and Tommy were too fast for me. The gap kind of stayed the same, about 4 seconds, and it got up to about 7 towards the end of the race. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
No, good, man. I'm glad you had a good time, man. That was definitely something special there. And then next week, we've got the race at Auto Club there. So you think we're going to see you there as well?
Yeah, I plan on being there. We'll see what happens with school. I still got some tests to do, but yeah, I hope to be there.
All right, man, congratulations on third. Let's talk to Brandon Fetterplace, who had an exciting last couple of laps there. Brendan, you and Tommy really started going at it towards the end.
Yeah, I was trying to take it easy there behind him to not knock the tires off of it. And I think I just waited a little bit too long. I got to him, and then I got in the dirty air, so I went to go make another charge at it, and by then it was too late.
Yeah, here we are seeing that last lap. No, it got incredibly close, and Tommy Reynolds coming off at turn number 4. You smacked the wall. Did you think that you were about to lose it there when you got to the line?
Yeah, I was trying to look at him to try and block him with some dirty air, and I was running out of fuel there, so I was trying to navigate both of it, so I hit the wall on accident, so I thought that was the end of it.
So, Brandon, going into next week's final at Auto Club, you're tied for 7th with Kevin Feemster, and you're only 2 points outside of the top 5. And then, Tommy, you now have to defend this win and go 2 in a row. We're going to see you next week at Auto Club.
Yeah, no, I should be there at Auto Club. It should be a fun race. I loved racing with you guys this week, so I should be back.
All right, man, we're looking forward to it. So, congratulations on that win. We'll see you in a week.
Thank you, thank you.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for another WinterIndy race, and this crappy little series that we run continues to push on. If it doesn't tell you how much we love racing, we're just going to race these little lawn darts around Iowa for half an hour for the hell of it. Tommy Reynolds, your winner tonight, and next week we're going to take our fun little crappy series and we're going to take it to Auto Club, and we're going to have even more fun. Please don't forget, though, this Thursday is the Thursday Night Thunder Final. Brandon Fetterplace will be there. Tommy Reynolds will be there. Nick Pressey, Noah Belleville will officially be crowned the champion. Hopefully Ryan Lindemann is there. Ryan Pennell. A lot of drivers are going to be there that you see tonight. And we're going to take the Gen 4 cars at Darlington. I think this is the first time in 9 seasons we've ever ended at Darlington. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know. There's been a lot of racing. But who cares? Come join us Thursday night right here, Rick James TV. And then again, next week is that WinterIndy final at Auto Club. That's going to be a blast to watch too. So until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we'll see you all